Hi, fourth graders. Here I am on page 191 of our math book. We're on Unit 5, Lesson 5 today. And we're staying in the customary system or the standard system, but we're switching from units of length to units of weight. So you're going to see some words on here that are probably pretty familiar. You can see that the title of the page is pounds and ounces. So I want you to think right now, what are some times in your life when you've heard people use these words, and maybe you have used them as well. If you're thinking maybe about your weight, you're probably used to hearing your weight in pounds or the weight of your pet in pounds. Do you think ounces are bigger or smaller than pounds? Ounces are smaller. Often we see food measured in ounces, and you can see here that 1 pound is equal to 16 ounces. They've done a nice job of showing us some blocks of butter and margarine here. So if you ever buy, if your parents buy butter in the store, one way of buying it is you can buy it in those sticks, right? That you unwrap the paper and you see the butter inside. So here it says butter and margarine are sold in 1 pound packages that contain 4 separately wrapped sticks. If one of those packages is 1 pound, the question is asking us how much would one of the sticks cost? Well, the whole thing in ounces, the whole pound, is going to be 16 ounces, and we abbreviate ounces OZ. So 1 pound is the same thing as 16 ounces. So how could we take that 16 and figure out what number goes in each of these sticks? Aha, 16 divided by 4, right? Because there's 4 sticks. 16 divided by 4 equals 4. So the weight of one of the sticks of butter or margarine would be 4 ounces. Notice that no matter that it's plural, I'm still abbreviating it as OZ. Here's another table. We've seen these a lot now in this unit. This time going from pounds to ounces. Again, we're going back to that same question that we've been asking ourselves. Whenever you're making a conversion, do you want a bigger number or a smaller number? So if you're going from pounds to ounces, there would be more ounces, right? There would be more ounces in one of these than pounds. So that means that we are multiplying because we're looking for a larger number. So each of these numbers would be multiplied by 16 to get all of those blanks filled in. So if you had to describe how to convert pounds to ounces without using the table, you would multiply by what? By 16. When Martin weighed his dog in April, the dog weighed 384 ounces. When he weighed the dog in August, the dog weighed 432 ounces. How many ounces did Martin's dog gain between April and August? Now, again, you're thinking in your head, do I already have the big number or the big numbers? What am I looking for? What would make sense in this answer? If I added those two numbers together, I would get a really, really big number. Is that how much the dog probably gained? Probably not. So instead of adding, if I'm just looking for the difference, there's a hint between those two numbers, what operation do you think I should do there? I should subtract. So 432 minus 384 equals 48 ounces. So all about thinking in this unit, what makes sense? What answer can we put in there that gets bigger or smaller in the appropriate way to answer the problem correctly? Okay, we're moving now to another unit of weight in the customary system, and this unit is tons, and you've probably heard people use this word. We tend to use this a lot in just our regular sentences. Oh my gosh, that was tons of fun. But a ton is an actual measurement. And you can see here it says 1 ton is equal to 2,000 pounds. So very big, right? Way bigger than pounds, even bigger than that for ounces. A ship weighs 12,450 tons. In pounds, the ship weighs 24,900,000 pounds. Which measure would you use to describe the weight of the ship and why? So this also goes back to, remember when we were deciding what would be best to measure something by centimeters or by meters, kind of like this. Sure, you could measure the ship's weight here in pounds, but that's a huge number. It's not easy. People would take a long time saying it. So when you have a really big object, you need these big units so that it's faster and it's more convenient when you are communicating how much something weighs. So tons would be the reason here, and the reason why it's more convenient. You have to work with smaller numbers. There's lots of really good reasons you could put in there. Here's a couple more word problems. I'll let you read through those. You'll probably see some similar problems like this in your math assignment today. But the thing that I really want to be showing you is your conversions, because in my experience, this is the trickiest part, and this is the part that we usually need the most practice in. So here we have 3 tons, and we're going to pounds. So first of all, do I want a bigger number or a smaller number if I'm going to pounds? I want a bigger number, right? Because a lot more pounds would be in a ton. So then I just have to remember, what is my conversion number? Well, here at the top of the page, we had it. How many pounds are in 1 ton? 2,000. So that's our conversion number. Remember, that's step 2 whenever we're doing conversions. Step 1, do I multiply or divide? Step 2, what's my conversion number? So here's my 3. We decided to multiply. Multiplying by my conversion number of 2,000. 3 times 2,000 equals 6,000. So our answer there is 6,000 pounds. Here you're going from pounds to ounces. So again, what would we have more of? Would something weigh more, if it weighs the same thing, would it have more pounds or more ounces? It would have more ounces, because remember, right back here, we saw that there are 16 ounces in 1 pound. So there's our conversion number right there. And we just said that we want a bigger number, so we know we're going to multiply 7 times 16. And 7 times 16 equals 112. So we would have 112 ounces there. The rest of the lesson goes into liquid volume. So we're moving from weight to something called liquid volume. We had this in the metric system. And remember that liquid volume is basically how much space liquid takes up. So here you can see that they've got our conversions here for us right at the top of the page. 1 cup equals how many fluid ounces? 8 fluid ounces. 2 cups are in 1 pint. 4 cups are in 1 quart. 4 quarts are in 1 gallon. You probably remember from 3rd grade the gallon man. I think most of you probably made gallon men. Remember that his torso is the gallon, and then he has quarts coming off his arms. So if you have a gallon man at home, that will be very, very convenient right now. You can also look it up. I bet you there's some gallon men you can find on YouTube. Okay, so we have quarts to ounces. Again, remembering that ounces are going to be smaller than quarts, so we know we're going to be multiplying. Look, they multiplied by 32 here. They're already showing us that there's 32 fluid ounces in 1 quart. Wait, where did they get 32? It's because they're doing more than 1 jump here, more than 1 hop. So if you start on quarts, 1 quart times 4 to get to cups, and then cups times 8 to get to ounces. So what would 1 times 4 times 8 be? It would be 32. And that's how they got that conversion number. So if you ever notice that somebody's doing a conversion but it's not right in front of you, it might be because they're skipping a step. They're hopping twice. It's called a double conversion. So here you can see that each one of these would now be multiplied by 32. Again, down here, they like to show us it first in table form and then often in a number line form. Just depends what kind of learner you are, so how you like to organize your thoughts. 1 gallon would be how many cups? So again, that's going to be a double conversion. 1 gallon to quarts is 4. Quarts to cups, 4. So 4 times 1 times 4 equals 16. So you can see that that would be 16 there. This does take practice. I know I'm going pretty quickly for this video, but I just want to be able to show you, and then you can work through it at your own pace. Down here, there are some more conversions to go through. I'm going to do the middle one. 10 cups equals how many fluid ounces? Which do you think we would have more of? Would we have more cups or more ounces if we had the same amount of water? We would have more ounces because there's 8 fluid ounces in 1 cup. So I know that I would go 10 times 8 equals 80 fluid ounces. For the last page of this lesson, they have some real world problems here. It's taking us back to reviewing some of the other units that we've talked about in the customary system. You'll notice that this, how many feet are in miles is very important. I don't know if you remember last lesson I told you, if you can memorize this number, 5,280, it will greatly benefit you in 5th grade and in middle school as you're thinking about how many feet are in a mile. So take a minute. You can look through these word problems as you have time. They'll probably give you a couple of word problems on your online assignment, and we will continue with this unit. Nice job, everybody.